G'day everybody, welcome to Starbase Xpanded number 17. So we had a bit of weather this week, as you've probably seen through the couple of live streams that have been already this week. So we got a lot of low angle shots, so we can have a bit of a look around. I've got Ryan Weber with me today. G'day Ryan, I hear you've had a big day on streaming today with all the excitement going on around Starbase today.
We went 1 for 3 with static fires, and yeah, I'm including New Glenn in that one. But I'm here, I'm here. I'm tired.
Yeah, and let's just address one little elephant in the room about Flight 12 and different predictions of when it's going to be, because there's been a lot of flack about us talking about it being a lot later in the year than people would maybe in quotes like. But your guesses, especially Ryan, have been very accurate, I must say, because it's taken a lot longer than a few more months than people expected for Flight 12 to come along. So first, I want to thank you for your accuracy and actually bringing some actual accuracy to the chat when you say things like that, because you've been quite accurate. And I think we get a bit of flack sometimes about negative comments about taking them more than a couple of months, but we're not being negative, we're just being realistic, correct?
It had to have been like back in, I don't know, it had to have been like fall of last year when we were, when 18 was barely built, they hadn't even started 39. And I think I had said many times, I'm like, I don't care if they wait until June, as long as everything's tested and it's done right. Here we are. We very well might launch in June. It's middle of April and only one static fire is done, let alone all the other testing that still has to be completed. So I mean, I don't know.
Made,
I don't know what people want when we give the predictions like that. It's like you see, and of course, every time, sometimes every couple of weeks, all of a sudden we see a new test tank pop up or a new testing thing like that pops up and go, well, oh yeah, they need to test that, and yeah, it needs to be done before they fly again, like 18.3 in the Super Crusher. That kind of has to get done before they fly again, and that testing alone could take a month or two. So, just being realistic.
I think people get caught up on past flights sort of being an example of these flights, but because this version 3, it's all everything like we keep saying over and over each week, every single nut and bolt, everything from the ground up, from the ground support equipment all the way through to the launch mount, the booster, the ship, everything's brand new design, brand new systems, brand new software. There's like there's multitudes of levels of things that need to come together that haven't been brought together before.
So, Stephanie,
Yeah.
a closure just popped up for Massey's to production tomorrow from noon to 4 p.m. Take that as you will as to what that could be. There's a couple of different options.
This stand for number 40.
That's an option.
Ship 39, obviously, because it's done at static fire now.
Oh, hang on. Can it be the stand 40, or does it still not have its feet yet?
It doesn't have its feet yet, as far as I know. 39 might be done. They might not be doing the deorbit burn thing. The 39 might be done.
Where was its feet was sitting over here, wasn't it, last time we saw? But I mean, they cleared all that because of the static fire, obviously. So maybe, Jake, maybe.
Yeah. Or the old that ship stand rolls back. I don't really know. There's a couple of different options, but considering something just completed a static fire, maybe they didn't plan on a single engine one. I don't know.
It's hard to tell if that's a stand there or what, looking on through there. That almost looks like a stand, but I don't think that's the stand they put it on. That doesn't look strong enough.
No, that's not the actual feet. That's something else. Pipe stands.
Yeah, that's a very good question, Ryan. What's coming back? Yeah, so I mean, do they have time between now and then to do a single engine deorbit burn?
They'd have to do it tonight. And I kind of doubt they would do that right after doing. I don't even know if they have enough water left in the farm to do a single engine.
Because we might just go there quickly because it was a beautiful static fire.
I was not expecting a full 6-engine 60-second static fire. I'm gonna be honest. I thought if they're gonna do 6 engines, it would be like 10 seconds. I didn't think they'd go the full 60, or it's like 52 seconds, but same difference.
Look at all the ice coming up at the start there. Looks amazing. Down here. So this was Starship Gazer, Ryan over at Starship Gazer, taking this amazing bit of footage here. So make sure you go and give Starship Gazer a follow over on X. It's well and truly worth following him, and consider using his, looking at his Discord too. Did that bird just die? What happened there?
Maybe.
Wouldn't be the first you say that.
Wow. That's...
Oh my god. Yeah.
I believe that bird just died.
Well, let me look. Did it get hit by a shockwave?
Dinner is served.
I don't know. Maybe it was hunting because it did flap on its way. Oh, sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I love me animals.
It's like it just got annihilated. One of the shockwaves must have hit it and just completely killed it instantly.
FAFO, yes.
So Ryan, did you notice any DSS or anything underneath with that new plumbing at all, or up under the skirt or any of that sort of? Did you notice anything like that?
We didn't have. There was No one had close enough views with an angle good enough to do it. I don't even think this angle is good enough to do it, to see that. I don't think anyone really did. Maybe Anthony did because he was on the side of the ship, on the west side, near the Rocket Ranch camping site. So there's a chance that he may have caught it. But from, like, I think Rocket Ranch and our outpost camera, there was no way of catching that at all. And no, because a bunch of trees are blocking it, so it's kind of impossible to see. I really don't think there was any way to see, to be entirely honest with you.
I was gonna say, didn't they connect to the municipal water?
Not yet. It hasn't.
Maybe not. Yeah.
They have, but it hasn't been hooked up at Brownsville yet, at the Brownsville end. So yeah, very exciting. So first version 3 Starship static fire at Massey's since way back when. Ship 36 had its little adventure.
302 days since the last static fire. 300 days since Ship 36 blew itself up.
Jeez.
Wow.
There you go. I did the calculation on stream, so that's why I remember it.
Is that when everybody was saying, "Oh, maths is hard"?
I did have some trouble with math while on the stream. There were a few moments there where I was like, "What is time? What is that? Huh? I figured it out though."
So, in case you don't know, Ryan's been over on NASA spaceflight for the last 8 hours on stream, which is massive. Over 10 hours, whatever you're saying.
We started the stream at noon, but I was sitting and waiting for something to happen. So right before we went live for like an extra 4. So
yeah. Of course, because you're on standby. You kind of just start your stream when something happens, don't you? Cool, very good. Well, we very, very much appreciate your one last ditch effort for today and joining us on our stream today. So we really appreciate yourself and NSF for letting it happen. I'm not sure how much of that letting happen, but I appreciate it anyway.
I just kind of show up here. That's kind of what happens. I'm going to be entirely honest with you.
Good, that's why we like
it. Yeah, there's no real coordination in that. I just kind of show up if I'm available. It's kind of what it is. Yeah.
So that little GSE bunker next to the static fire stand, I remember we were talking about seeing some pieces go over top of those lines that are coming out of it. Does it look to you like one's already on there, on that one where your hand is?
No, I don't think that's what they are, because they've got the way they're constructed doesn't really suit. I mean, they may do, but I'm thinking not. I'm not sure where they. I'm not even. There's some of them over here There's some over there near the GSC tent, but not the big ones we saw. I haven't seen the big ones yet. They seem to have left the site, unless they're actually inside the tent.
I honestly think if they were going to cover those, they would have done it by now. We've just had.
It's just static fired the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought so too. It just, when I just saw it just there, it looked like maybe there was a slight top to it.
You're forgetting we're talking about SpaceX here again.
Yeah.
No, there's not always. So there's some of these over here, but I haven't found the big ones yet. This is from last week. So yeah, I'm not sure.
Right, talking about shielding over the top of that?
Yes, definitely. They're near the end of that white tent there. The big ones.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay. Well, there too. How did I miss that? Yeah, because of this little detail on this edge here, kind of makes me think not, Matt, but could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Who knows? Ah, well, there you go. They were right in plain sight the whole time. I don't know. Some days, my eyeballs, I'm sure they're painted on.
It didn't look very square, though.
So my housemate is blind, and sometimes I can't find things, and then she finds things. So that's pretty tough when a blind person finds something you can't find. That's really a bit of a hit to the ego.
Well, I have no doubt that wouldn't happen to me. That would totally happen to me. Absolutely.
Can't hide nothing from Kelly. It's all good.
Yeah,
Butter
she knows where you
sliding
drop
right
stuff.
in.
Okay, so we need some questions for this show. I'm going to ask the audience for as many questions as possible today because we're a bit light on media, though I guess the big talking point was static fire. So 60 seconds. Is that the longest static fire we've had, Ryan?
No, it's not. It's the same thing as the Block 2 ones. That's no
Okay,
different.
cool.
Didn't some of those go longer?
This was like 52 seconds, I think, is total. So it was like a little under a minute. But of course, it's the longest duration a Raptor 3 has fired on a vehicle. So that's a milestone.
Okay, yep.
I thought we did a 7-minute burn at some point.
I think
No,
the
in
trench
flight,
would have
maybe.
exploded if that happened.
So they
It's
fired
about
all
7
6 engines.
I fired all 6, and then they did the sequence shutdown like they do at Seco.
Oh, so I was on at Mass's, testing centre. I'm sure they fired one for nearly 7-8 minutes.
No, they've never done that with Massey's. Massey's has never gone over 60 seconds.
Isn't 7-8 minutes? Isn't that the burn time on a flight for a ship, roughly?
Yeah, they've done that at McGregor. They've done like 7-minute burns at McGregor with Raptor.
McGregor, that's it. Sorry, I'm getting the wrong name.
Yeah, no worries. But at Massey's, of course, now the most they've done with the Raptor 3 is 52 seconds. So,
But at McGregor, they're just firing one engine, aren't they?
yeah, it's one engine
Yes.
at a time, not all 6. So,
The
and I
new
don't know
locks
how
are on.
long. Yeah, new locks pond. I don't know how long 19 will fire for. We'll find out tomorrow because they still seem to be on track for tomorrow. It doesn't seem like they need to take the booster off the mount. The sticks haven't gone down. The transport stand hasn't moved. So I have hope that it's something inside the server structure and it's GSE, not booster. Handle it without any issues, and I hope we see that. I really hope we do. Again, we'll find out tomorrow, but the closure's still on 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
They did bring the transport stand over, didn't they? I've only just woken up this morning to a few of these things that happened overnight in my time. So they did bring the transport stand back over, then they took it away again. So was there anything in that, Ryan, do you think?
They never brought the sticks down around the vehicle. Not at all. They didn't even move once. Not even. I don't even think the QD arm really swung out. They've been doing some QD arm tests here recently, just within the last like half hour, 45 minutes. But the sticks haven't moved at all, and I think that might have been that could have been for comms checking with the tower again. Maybe they were testing something out because they turned them back on and rolled it back. They had the launch mount. All the doors were closed and buttoned up, and everything was clear by 11:30 p.m. So I don't know why it took them until noon to start it, because they were like ready. They were ready in the middle of the night. So it was kind of odd that they waited that long in the day to finally start something.
Cool.
We do have a question in chat along with a bunch of donations.
Sure, off you go. Thanks, Cindy.
Sure. We want to thank Martin for his $28 donation over 4 different. He did it 4 different times. Thank you, Martin. We also want to thank Yazada for his $5 donation. And excuse me, I meant 28 pounds. We also want to thank Yazada for his $5 donation. And he says Flight 12 in the first half of May. That's his crow. We also want to welcome Degacat to the RGV Early Access team. Welcome and thank you for your support. And then the question is from All for One, and he's wondering, could SpaceX eventually do full duration static fire at Massey's, or would that need a deluge tank expansion?
Full duration static fire at Massey's to go for like the full ship burn. That trench would need to get significantly upgraded, and the deluge would have to get significantly upgraded, because you're talking about firing 6 Raptors for nearly for 7 minutes, almost. And that's a lot of water and a lot of punishment onto a deflector bucket. I don't know. I don't think Massey's was ever designed to ever be upgraded even to that. And you would also have to fill the ship all the way up, which means you need to have a fully loaded ship there, which isn't really something you want to do if you can avoid it. And then on top of that, there is almost zero reason to do a full duration with the Starship. You might as well flight test it at that point. And the same thing with booster. I mean, although I think in the early days, SpaceX probably would have loved to have been able to like do full duration static fires of booster and ship, like doing like on the S1C, or do a green run test where they fire the booster for a full 2.5 minutes on something, on a test stand and run through the whole thing. The problem is the infrastructure for a vehicle this size requires what's at Stennis. And SpaceX didn't have the time to build that or the location to build that. So they just never did it. And they had to learn all that stuff with flight testing rather than on the ground. So they lost a few things. But they figured it out. They're kind of at the point where they don't need to do that anymore.
Because they do, like I've said before, they do long duration burns of the Raptors that time, McGregor's. So. And all they're really doing here is proving the plumbing and the start and the actual, starting hardware or plumbing and computers on board the ship when they do static fire actually on the ship, rather than actually testing the engine, so to speak.
All for One has a follow-up question too. They're asking, with S-39 apparently going back to production, why didn't SpaceX roll S-39 to pad to do stacking test?
I mean, Booster 19 still needs to test, and they might as well get started on getting the ship ready for flight. And then when they're both ready for flight, they'll stack them and go from there. I mean, that's kind of what they're going to do at this point.
I think it's order of operations.
Yeah. In theory, they could roll this thing out, stick some of those position sensors on this stand, and stack it on the booster, because the staging area is built to be able to bolt down a ship crab stand. But, I mean, what's the point of doing it now rather than later? There really isn't one. You might as well finish both vehicles and then do it. Because then you got to roll it back to production site anyway, so, yeah.
I don't know why when you say order of operations, I think of BDCSM.
Very good. Thanks,
If
Ryan.
that's the right word.
No, don't worry about that, Martin. So the feet aren't welded on this stern. Yeah, it's a good chance it is 39 that's rolling back. 36. There's not much of 36 to roll back.
Right?
So, so it's good that 39 didn't blow up. So now we don't have to have that silly adapter put on the launch mount again to static fire number 40, etc. We'll leave that one alone. All right, massive thanks, Indy, for the questions and donations. And thanks, everyone, for supporting the channel with your donations. One thing we'd like to see a bit more is some comments once the videos are finished too, especially in our Starbase Weekly. So if you get to watch the Starbase Weekly, type in a comments and at least just say hi or thanks or just a quick g'day. That'll help the channel enormously. We're getting some comments, but not as many as Matt was explaining to me this morning. Not quite as many as we'd like for the algorithms. Is that right, Matt?
Yeah, we're just not getting a whole lot of engagement, and as we all know, engagement is what makes the algorithm tick. So yeah, if you guys could make sure to hit that like button, favorite it, or share it with your friends, and definitely leave comments, even if it's just like, love the show, or hey, or anything. Every comment really does help push this to more and more people, so we would greatly appreciate it.
I'm not sure anything else to talk about at Masses here. Even though we had this lower altitude images, I think we pretty well picked up on everything that's happening here at Masses. They're still doing that install over the back there for the oxygen tanks. For the new tanks. I'm not sure that oxygen up now say that. They're more than likely nitrogen tanks, aren't they? They did do some nitrogen testing here. I'm not sure exactly what they were doing. I couldn't really see much else. I think maybe I looked and maybe the nitrogen system alone was tested, because I don't know this oxygen's frosty necessarily, but they may have just tested the nitrogen system that runs around. So some of these pipes do look a little bit frosty, so maybe they just did a test around. Well, not those ones because they're not hooked up, but you know what I mean. I think some of these side shots here show a bit of it might have been the ground shots actually. One sec. No, it was one of those aerial shots, but see, none of this looks frosty, so it doesn't look like they did anything like that. But like I said, they might have just tested the nitrogen system, which is another whole, which is a system of its own, of course. Hopefully they get rid of these tanks soon. That'd be nice. Geez, between here and the launch site, we should soon just have these nice larger hippo tanks everywhere, and all these old silly looking tanks can all be gone. There's a couple of select Aussie words I could use there, but I won't do that. Sure, there's a couple of select American words I could use also. And they may have just been testing the, like the hippos. There's a bit of frost here. I think I see over those pipes over there, a little bit of frost too. Yeah, that's only speculation. All right, so I'll head over to searches. Once again, we can see it on this side better. They can see that stand. We're thinking maybe it's near those turntables and that, but they're more over there. So this is actually right up against booster 7. No, what's this one? What is this booster again? I've forgotten. 12. Of course it is. Oh, that's right. 17's in parts over there, isn't it? So it's booster 12. There's 17. Oh, that's 18. Sorry. Actually, is that 18 or 17?
That's what's left of 8. 17 was never a Block 3 booster. That's 18.
Oh, of course. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. So they're moving that around. They're probably doing something with it. Hopefully we'll see exactly what this breakover will look like. There was perhaps something going on in here. Maybe they've added something in that device too. So without question, it's going to be a pretty quick show today. This was good to see this. I talked about this. I was sort of having a bit of a look at it as an engineering perspective last night while I was doing the episode and why it's that shape. So you can see they needed a point down here and a point down here. They needed a point out here too. So instead of having this beam here to finish that triangulation for this point out here, they've included these 2 points down here as well, and that's the reason it is that shape. Because for quite a while we were wondering why it was that shape. So there's a load force, say they're pushing on this ram here, there's a load force through that beam, there's a load force all the way back through to that beam to balance the force of that pushing in there.
Perhaps you should tell us what this is. I don't even know what it is.
So this will test the grid fin. So over at Masses, over here they're testing the grid fin. Actually, it's a better photo of it. Over at Masses, they're testing the grid fin sockets. They're testing all the hardware on the actual booster here. So they're able to do some twisting, some pushing and pulling, some bending and flexing, and some inward and outward pushing to test the actual booster hardware of the actual grid fin socket of where the grid fin mounts. That tests the booster. Now over here at Sanchez, they're actually testing the grid fin motor. So the grid fin motor will sit in here, what goes inside the socket, and this adapter here, this little plate here, here they've got the simulator bolts into. That's where the grid fin will bolt into eventually. They've got this plate here with these two mounting bolts. They've got that same adapter sitting just in here in the middle of. See, there's a square going away from us. There's a square in here. In the middle of that square, there's that adapter. So they'll, and in. I'm under the belief that at the end of this socket, there's a spigot inside as well. Sorry, Ryan.
You want to see a picture of something cool?
Sure, chuck it up in
Go
Patreon.
into Patreon Lounge.
You still haven't told us what it's called.
We don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it has a name. We
Grid
just
fin
know
tester.
we think it's for grid fin testing.
Yeah, we think.
The motor side, not the socket side.
Oh wow, from the air. Wow, good on you. Good on you, Caesar. Well done. That's pretty good effort to get that photo, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Well, it's going to have Twister in it somewhere, so.
Wow, good on you. That's spot on. So, well, you can pretty well tell it's full engines there, can't you, Ryan?
Yeah, that's pretty much all 6.
You could
Did he
tell
get
when
video or just pictures?
He did get a
Not that I'm
video.
complaining.
He did get a video. I don't know where that'll get posted at some point. It may be part of
understandable.
But yeah. He did get a short video of it. But yeah.
Very cool.
It's still nuts though. Like, jeez.
Oh yeah.
Do I not have Caesar? I thought I had Caesar. Oh, I've gone and closed his window. I spelt that wrong. Oh, that shift lock on. There we are. I am following him. Oh, nice. I'll give him a like and a repost. Okay, so back to our question. Yeah, so it tests the this rig. So there'll be a spigot back here as well, and we saw that on our aerial photos. So you put the grid fin motor in here, and on this end is where the grid fin will sit, but it will more than likely be a simulation of a grid fin, just a metal frame, rather than an actual grid fin. And then they've got a couple of actuators down here on either side to add some twisting force to oppose the motor. And there's an actuator down here to put a bit of force up on that side of it to test that bearing. And there's an actuator mount out here to put a bit of in and outward force. And that will give the grid fin motor a good old workout as well. So we keep iterating about Flight 12, every single nut and bolt basically is getting every system, everything's getting tested like very thoroughly on version 3. And as we still see here, this test hasn't even begun yet. The equipment isn't even quite finished up yet. So there's still some testing to go before Flight 12. So it's getting pushed out. What seems like it's being pushed out further and further, but a few people in the community have been noting all the way along that this is going to take longer than we think. And it has been taking longer than we thought. So well done to people who can predict these things properly.
Like, I want to see a flight. Don't get me wrong. It's like I think some people think I don't want to see one, but I also want it done right. Not rushed.
Yeah, true. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. like anything, especially in
Hey.
especially when it comes to aviation stuff like that.
Well, speaking about doing it right, what about landing legs? We're going to need somewhere. Any work on that yet?
We will probably see those debut when the first completed HLS rolls out to the pad. I'm not even kidding. I don't even know if the landing legs will be on it when it goes to Massey's. But I have a feeling we won't see the landing leg design until that full ship rolls out. Unless SpaceX is kind enough to show them to us, we won't see them until they're actually installed on a ship. So
fair enough. It's
yeah,
one of those pieces.
They probably have them done. I bet the design is probably finalized on them. It's just SpaceX has been really secretive of late with giving info on Starship, which is kind of annoying, but it's just what they've been. So,
Yeah, I don't know if it's secretive. It's just they haven't been as like open about it and just give us information or showing stuff. It's just I don't think they're like, "Ooh, don't let anybody see it." It's just that hey, we're not going to waste the time having people see it because we don't need it out in the public yet. Just because we aren't working on that, we're working on something else that needs to be done right now.
Yeah, Blue
Well, you
Origin
got the Chinese also copying everything.
Whatever on that one. I mean, people are going to try to copy it. It is what it is. They're not going to really be able to stop that. The biggest thing, if to me, is that Blue Origin's been far more publicly acknowledging a lot of the stuff they're doing, and SpaceX hasn't been. Like they post about all the launches they do and everything like that, but like, I mean, I would have thought after the Artemis 2 mission, like the next step is Artemis 3, and it's supposed to dock with your lander, and you haven't said a flippin' word about it in months. Like, and the OIG even called them out on it too. The OIG even said, "What are you doing? You haven't. They're behind, and they haven't talked about it." And I think, or for those who don't know, that's the Office of the Inspector General for NASA. Like I think SpaceX needs to start talking about it like now, because in theory we are 12 to 14 months away from Artemis 3, assuming the lander is ready. They plan on stacking Artemis 3 SLS in like 4 months, 5 months. You need to say something. I think the quietness about HLS it's kind of getting a little dumb. It's kind of getting a little annoying, honestly.
Kind of getting a little what? I'm sorry.
A little annoying and a little dumb. SpaceX needs to start talking about it more.
Cool. Good question. Oh, is that black? Oh, that's water. Part of the water treatment plant. Someone asked about the new mystery structures there. Looks like they're starting to paint the second one over here. Still really not sure what that's about. It could have something to do with the breakover because that's what's getting built at the moment, but unless they painted black, it's sort of the wrong colour.
They have painted it black.
Oh, they have painted it black.
In fact, I think you can actually see it in this photo, sort of, maybe. Yeah, see, that's black. That's not grey anymore.
Okay. Oh, there's grey. Oh, it is too. Yep. Sorry, now you say that. Yeah, that is black. Yep.
I think the grey was just a primer.
Yeah, probably so. Yep. Oh, there you go. Well, seems though it's painted black. Maybe it's something to do with the breakover equipment. I mean, you would need something sturdy and strong like that to be tipping these things over. They're not like they're small or anything. The dogs are going crazy.
Usada had a quick question. He's wondering, are they building the landing legs here or here or at Hawthorne?
No idea.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be able to answer until we see something.
I would assume here. I would assume in Starbase. But we don't know until they tell us, if they tell us. So, yeah.
Yeah, here would make sense, but it's SpaceX, so it doesn't mean it's going to make sense.
They've been testing a lot of HLS for years here, so.
Yeah, I mean Starship is HLS, but yeah, the actual variant of it I think needs to
I mean, that thing's been there for a long time.
That's S21, or what's left of it, I should say.
Is that the same nose cone that was right over near the Starlink building as well? Is that the same one?
It's the same one. It's also the same nose cone that was on top of the ship that had sat in the ring yard forever. Yeah, S21. It's
then came S22/23, didn't it, after that?
No, that became S21/S22 because there were components of both that made a whole ship. They didn't have any flaps. It may have had forwards, but I don't think it had afts. And
I thought
then
the aft 23 though too on that one.
No, I don't think it ever was 23. I don't think 23 any sections of 23 ever got stacked with anything. I'm pretty sure it was just 21 and 22 that got stacked together, partial tank sections. I don't remember which parts was which, but that thing was stacked. It got sat in the ring yard for a while. It then got scrapped in the ring yard after sitting there for months and months on end. They then repurposed the nose cone over by the Starlink building, and then they brought it over here as the mock-up, and it's been there ever since. It's this the design of that ship is the same design as 20, which is a suborbital hop ship with RVACs and a quote-unquote heat shield. Because I wouldn't call it a heat shield, really, on that thing. It was bad.
And they're still trying to grow grid pins. All right, cool. Let's go over to the build side. We've got some photos from around the sites as well, so we'll have a look around in a bit. Let's just go through these sites. Let me just get some ground shots here. So what we sort of saw in the show and tell and that name in the live stream, looks like they're going to probably shotcrete this in, which makes a bit more sense for the type of boxing they've got. I mean, formwork, sorry. I even had an American architect calling it boxing through show and tell. That was funny. Okay, so not much really to talk about there. The apartment building's looking nice. Oh, nice truck. It's a Chevy, yeah.
GMC, you mean?
Isn't that General Motors Chevy? Chevrolet?
Still GMC, but yeah.
You're insulting GMC owners when you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, GMC,
And yes,
General
GMC.
Motors Corporation.
Yeah.
And yes, my truck is a GMC.
It's
What did you
not.
say? Oh, General Motors Corporation, did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was General Motors Chevy. Sorry, I apologise. My ignorance there.
those are two
don't mean to offend. Oh no, I've insulted Alaska. Never mind. He'll get over it. Oh, never mind. Cool. Nice colour. It's red. It must go faster because it's a red one. Do you just have that in America? Red cars go faster?
We have it
Red
that they
cars
can
is-
take over more often.
They attract more police, yes.
Okay, Gigabay, rusty old Gigabay already. It's funny enough. Oh, we can see the door through there. This is where we see the door. I was looking through the photos. I couldn't find the door of Gigabay 2, but there it is. So it's going ahead nicely. It's up on the 5th level, getting assembled. A couple of cranes have been extended. A couple still haven't been. This one over here still hasn't been extended. Well, they must have talked about there either, except the cladding, lots of cladding going on. I guess they're doing some concreting here and there. So it's going ahead nicely. Some nice side shots from the ground photos, sort of showing its height compared to the mega bays. So it's very close to another little bit, and it'll be up as high as the mega bays. And very soon after that, we're expected to come up another odd 30 to 50 odd feet above the mega bays, which will look good. I think it's 300 versus 380 feet. Does that sound right to the heights? I did see it in one of our chats in the live stream. Someone said it, but I forget. GMC is an expensive Chevy. Ah, I see. So are they part of the same company, or am I still wrong there? I might just shut up about Chevys for now.
Just keep digging. Just keep digging.
It is the same. It is all the same company. There are different factories, and there's been and very often different engines, but they're mostly the same now, except for different factories and who is building them.
Cool. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Australia used to have GMH, General Motors Holden, was Aussie built, in quote, Chevys, I guess. We import Chevys into Australia. Well, we import, GMCs in Australia as well. Okay, yeah, the Beast of Transport Stand doesn't seem to have had many Chevys done. I mean, any upgrades done to it yet. Or just someone's signing. Is that a swear word? That looks like a swear word. I'll just not zoom in on that. It's a bird. All right, cool. So yeah, build site. Anything to add in the build site? Any questions for the build site or Sanchez anymore?
There was a question about the deluge. I think it was. They were saying that there's been a lot of issues with the deluge, which is surprising since they've been working on the deluge so much. Do you guys know about that being the cause of all of the delays and things?
The launch site?
Which deluge?
Yes. I believe the launch site. We were talking about all sorts of things when the question arose.
Sure. I have modified the deluge a little bit since last time, so go ahead, Ryan, sorry.
Let's see, I kind of doubt it would be the result of an abort right into prop load. I kind of doubt that would be the case. If it were an abort like right as it activates before a static fire, then I would somewhat believe it more to be the deluge's fault. But they were still 30 minutes away from having to activate the deluge anyways. I kind of doubt it was the cause for today. Today had to do something probably GSC side with prop loading is my best guess, but that's just a guess.
I see. Thanks, Woodwork, Don. That's all the other, yeah. Because, Pontiac, Buicks, Oldsmobile, Cadillac, etc., yeah. Cool. So they've been tested, like the deluge farm's been tested extensively, and so far it seems to go off without a hitch, doesn't it? It seems to work, and everything seems normal.
Has something been said that, like, from SpaceX or somebody that we know that's why that they had issues? I hadn't heard any.
The only thing that was said during the original 10-engine static fire attempt, which was they static fired for 1.4 seconds or so, was that there was a GSE issue. They did not specify what the problem was or where it was located. It could have been engine side. It could have been. It could have been any number of things, but there's a chance that could have been deluge related. But there was no confirmation to say one way or the other. So I wouldn't really say any issues are because of the deluge because we have no confirmation to say that it is. So.
Today when I was watching it, one of the things I noticed, and I kind of noticed it yesterday, when you look, there are two of those big updraft fans, right? One of them's for LOX and one's for CH4.
There's only one. There's just there's no fan on the methane.
Okay, but the methane didn't seem to be getting started like it blowing really hard like I've seen in the past.
There could have been an LN2 flow issue to to the methane. I mean, maybe one of those valves there that helps maintain pressure on the exhaust part of the methane had issues. I don't know. It's possible.
I don't either. That was just one of the things I noticed the last couple of days.
I mean, it's possible, but because you see, there's the box fan there. That's right there, and then there's the booster methane exhaust, which is right there, and then the ship exhaust, which is right there. But I mean, it's possible maybe one or more of the valves that were part of the booster exhaust wasn't doing. No, the exhaust on the LN2. The LN2 exhaust off the methane CH4 subcooler. Yeah, those valves.
But isn't that still nitrogen going up? It's not methane going up.
Yeah, that's nitrogen. It's the nitrogen exhaust off of the subcooler. Off the heat.
Okay, just clarifying that.
Well, yeah, when he was saying it could have been a pressure issue, I mean, there's a chance that maybe the valves weren't opening and they weren't able to maintain the correct pressure out of the subcooler in order to chill it to what they wanted to, or chill enough methane to load it at the rate that they wanted to. So that's why they aborted, and then maybe they're going to work on that tonight. Or maybe there was something service structure side on the methane side. I don't know. Or it could have been lock side too. It's unless SpaceX were to tell us, which they won't. It's basically impossible to know why they aborted today. It's just all of a sudden they started prop load, and then within like 10 minutes they stopped.
That would have been awesome if they had the ship and the booster static fire. That was what was lined up to happen, wasn't it? But both ship and static fire today.
We were lined up for a triple header. We were lined up for the three of the largest rockets in the world to static fire today. Seriously, we were lined up for New Glenn to do it in the morning. I think they or something, as far as I know, and then I guess they said that was a launch rehearsal, which okay, and then of course we were lined up for booster, and then it aborted, and then we lined up for ship. Luckily, ship happened. But tomorrow they're still lined up for New Glenn. So tomorrow, maybe cross our fingers, we get a double header where we get New Glenn and Booster 19 going.
So no sleep for Webby.
Well, no, I'll get sleep tonight. Although I say that now, and the sticks are coming down at Pad 2. I don't see a booster transport stand yet, but the sticks are definitely coming down. They didn't do that last night.
Oh, here they come, yeah.
Son of a... Let's hope it's just like to grab it in case they need to take it off, and they don't actually need to take it off. Cross your fingers, everyone.
Well, it can be a quick takeoff for something they need to do on the launch mount, and then they put it back on. They did that last time. It was off for a little bit, and they did a little work on it. But if they need something on the launch mount and it's in the way, they set it down, do what they need to do, and get back on.
Maybe they can quickly take it off and put it back on by the morning or by middle of the night or something. I don't know. It's only off for maybe 12 hours, and then they go. But then that would mean that they wouldn't do any probably testing on the booster till middle of the day tomorrow, if anything, or later in the day tomorrow. So.
Okay, so it'll happen when it happens. We can't like you said before, it's better they do things correctly than rush on through and have mistakes or have things go wrong. So I know there's a lot of people very eager, I understand, but as we've seen before with SpaceX and a lot of other rocket companies, it just takes a bit of patience some days. It will happen, that's for sure. This thing's going to fly one way or another. I was even talking yesterday with someone about contingencies if, Flight 12 ends up being a total failure, which is possible, but I'm sure there's contingencies, and moving forward, I'll just continue on with Ship 40, and it won't be the end of the world if Flight 12's not successful even. It'll be annoying for us space fans, but it's not a zero chance that Flight 12 doesn't do the right thing. I hope it does the right thing, obviously, but something something that we didn't pick up in the show and tell or the live stream, but good old BJ. BJ is good with script writing, and I learned from BJ's script writing. This drain that used to run over to here, they've extended it all the way out here now.
Yeah.
Out here in this area.
They put it in all the rocks and everything out there.
So it's like a new Locks drain pond?
That's not locks.
I just like nitrogen.
No, I don't think that's nitrogen either. I'm almost certain that's the methane drain.
Okay, because they're allowed to leak. Sorry.
It's from the methane side, and the other one is the LOX drain. I'm pretty sure that's the methane, and that's the LOX drain one is kind of like right around there. The methane drain one is over there. I'm pretty certain that's them. That when they activate that, they just kind of drain out the liquid methane they have still in the lines, and they can do that. They can dump 7 tons of methane per test if they have to, whether that's liquid or gaseous. And then they have a massive allotment for the entire year. So it's not like it's much.
Yeah.
It's not like it's the first wet dress rehearsal on Pad A where they opened the methane valve on the booster and they were literally dumping liquid methane into the atmosphere, creating a massive trail of like gaseous methane way back behind the booster. I remember that. For those who don't remember that massive cloud off the booster for the first ever wet dress rehearsal, that was pure methane. They were just dumping out, basically.
Cool. Okay, so they've got rid of some wall back here. These tanks should be coming out very soon. I believe this is going to get configured to a small crane to pull the tanks and then reconfigured again back to a tall crane for the Tower 1's roof. They totally re-rig it. Like, that doesn't belong there. That belongs way out here somewhere with these rods connecting to it. It's good how they can do this with cranes, just adjust things like that. Pile driving's been happening over that side for a while now this week. Dug their little hole for the GSC building to go down. Now this is more than likely I was saw in the live stream. This is more than likely the what do you call it? The embed for the GSC bunker, and it's upside down. So that'll go into the concrete down here. And then the GSC building bunker will get built on top of that as an embed. Is one theory. And that explains why these are the wrong way. Methane drain. Yeah, they're allowed to do that. It's one of them not made to burn it, but I suppose, like I said, they're allowed a certain amount of release every year. Got some platforms back on the cold box. Got some pipes down here getting manufactured and the shed's getting built. Shed, you know what I mean? Enclosure. What else is at the launch site? Any questions for the launch site or in general there, Indy?
Not at the moment, no. Oh, wait, here we just got one. Has there been any evidence of a second OLM at Starbase?
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Just the bucket pipes, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, just
yeah.
just part of the buckets. That's all so far.
And more of them got delivered this week. I believe another 3 or 4 of these got delivered over the last couple of days.
Yep.
They've organised the stands that sit in the corner here. These aren't required till the second level of the OLM. So the base of the OLM will be brought in first. So all the equipment's getting ready, but just no actual parts yet for the actual OLM. We've already got parts for the... Now it took, who commented? Someone commented. It took as long to build the bucket as it did to build the OLM, but they might not have been working on the bucket like 24/7, like they were the OLM though, perhaps. I remember it being built over here somewhere.
They did have to cut the top off, which took them an extra few weeks too.
Yeah, hopefully this time it goes through a bit more straightforward.
Yeah.
Got a couple more questions for you guys.
Sure.
First one is from Keith. He's wondering, what about the actual launch table for the new Pad 1?
Yeah, the OLM. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. This orbital launch mount, the actual launch pad, is going to get built here. Like I said, some of the equipment to build it is here, but no actual parts for the OLM itself. So OLM, what do they call it? Launch table. Yeah, launch table is an OLM, orbital launch mount. It's the same word.
Same term, same object that it refers to.
Yeah.
Fuzzilla is wondering, do you think Tower A1 will be a catch tower for some time while finishing everything else?
Well, that might be tricky because, I'm not sure. So ship catch is going to happen soonish. So probably this year. I wouldn't think while they're building stuff underneath they'd want a ship to come in. For that to happen anyway, the chopsticks have to be fully rebuilt. The whole drawworks and everything has to be fully reinstalled again and rebuilt, which means the annexes down here has to be fully rebuilt. So can't see that happening this year. So we see a ship catch. I think we'll see it on Tower 2. Well, actually, this is Tower 3, but anyway, on Launch Pad 2, which they'll have time to land the booster. It's not optimal. Obviously, optimally, the booster lands and goes straight back on the launch mount, and another ship comes along and gets put on top, while the other ship is still up in orbit doing its mission and then comes down. We kind of think in the future there's going to be towers that are just for catching, but not here. You got to remember this is a research and development site more than a commercial launch site. It will launch commercially, Starlinks obviously, but it still remains fundamentally as a research and development site. It's going to take a bit before they can get anything to happen with Pad 1, and even still, even if they did all that, got everything ready, you'd have to secure everything. Like you'd have to be able to have concrete and everything for the transport stand to come in. So I don't think so. I don't think they could land a ship on Pad 1 until it's actually finished, to be honest. Or at least 90% finished.
It's going to be a while before they redo the tower, too. That's going to take a while. They haven't really even started on redoing the interior. They've just torn it out. Let alone, they got to set up the speed cores for the back of it, put those in, get all the drawworks installed, and then they have to take the SQD arm off, rerun all of the high pressure, all the cryo, all the electrical, rerun all of that through, rerun all the cabling, that's going to take months and months and months to run all that again and get it all operational again. So I honestly think that by the time all that's done, the main pad itself will be nearly done. So I don't think it'll catch anything until the pad's basically operational again. Not at
And in
this rate.
fact, 39A is going to be ready before this as well. Anyway, so we may see a catch at 39A before we see a catch here as well. Actually, for a ship, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely. They'll catch a ship at 39A long before they catch a ship at pad 1.
And once the ship's orbital, you just have to wait for the right orbit, and you can land, well, within reason, pretty well anywhere.
Keith Rawling has a question. When do you all think SpaceX will do their first ship-to-ship fuel transfer?
Soon, maybe next year, right? Maybe next year. Yeah, next year.
At this rate. Right now, they have to focus on getting booster, getting Block 3 flying. That's the priority right now. I think fuel transfer will be next year at this rate. Keeps getting pushed, but well, we're past a quarter of this year so far. Over a quarter of this year, and they haven't even launched yet. We are just under a month away from this being the longest drought between full stack flights. May 13th is the date. Once you pass that date, it'll be the longest drought, longer than even between flight 1 and 2. So.
Yeah, and a lot's happened in that time. Like a lot of stuff's happened in that time.
James is wondering, are the catch towers going to be the same height as the launch towers?
I don't see why not.
They should be one and the same in theory.
Yeah, it should be cookie cutter. Just make it the same. You just don't need a QD arm on the side or a crew arm. Yeah, all you need is a tower with cladding and sticks. Is all you need. You don't need any cryo lines. You don't need any high pressure lines. Just electrical and a little bit of hydraulics, or whatever else they need. Anything they need for the sticks, basically, and most of it's electrical at this rate. So,
yeah, maybe in the distant future when they land humans in Starship, they'll need a crew access on a landing tower. But that's way down the line. For now.
I personally think they'll never catch a ship with people on it. I don't think they ever should. I think when human ships land, I think they should land with landing legs. But that's me.
Oh, with legs. Okay, yeah. Not okay.
Imagine the G-force with the belly flop flip. Man, that would be just.
Yeah, you have rotate. You have seats that'll rotate with the vehicle, so you won't really feel it as much. So.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, you can mitigate that. That's not that hard to do.
But even still, I mean, flight training for an astronaut. I mean, that's a basic aerobatic maneuver. It's nothing like There's far more aggressive aerobatic maneuvers than that flip the ship does. That's for sure.
Once normal people start using it, though.
Yeah, true.
Still not that high of a G though. So, yeah.
The real Levi is Big Red is wondering how much it costs to do a flight around Starbase, and the answer is about $500 to $600, and that includes travel time, gas, flight, pilot, etc.
Thanks, Indy.
Of course, and then Keith has a follow-up question. Does their plan for HLS still require a dozen or whatever launches to get the HLS ship to the moon?
Minimum of like 15.
15? I thought they were back down to 6.
Well, here's the thing. So if you're trying to get all 100 tons to the moon and still have prop left over to land and take off again, you likely need full tanks. Okay. So full tanks means, as of right now, Starship is about 1,500 metric tons. Tankers, as of right now, Starship can only do like 100 to 150 metric tons. Maybe you'll get up to the 200 mark on Block 4. So I would say 100 tons. So if you can only do 100 metric tons of payload per launch, your payload is your prop. And you're going to run out the gas in your mains, which means in order to fill a depot with enough to fully fill an HLS, it takes 15 launches. Minimum. And that's assuming HLS doesn't need 2 burns. There has been indications that they may need to do a burn in low Earth orbit and then a burn in higher eccentric orbit, kind of like what Orion did in order to punch enough all that mass to the moon. But right now, it's not really exactly known until they finish R&D, get an HLS built, know the mass, know the capabilities, and all that other jazz. So still, a lot of it's still up in the air, but it's at least like 15 flights.
Thank you.
Got another question for you from Fazilla. They're wondering, given the push for AI, how long until HAL 9000 is installed on Starship, and will SpaceX allow anyone called Dave on board?
I'm more worried about Skynet.
Right? I think that's already happening.
Like, come on, the Terminator. Again,
right?
Elon doesn't watch his movies.
I think he does. I think that's the whole point.
Oh, so he wants to create the Terminator. Okay, well, we got to stop him at all costs.
He wants to be the Terminator. No, I'm kidding.
We need to get Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
Got to the chopper.
Okay, let's get our Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonations on point. All right. So that'll be the launch site. Thanks for all those questions. Really appreciate it. What the hell is that big bunker? What big bunker?
At the launch site.
The new control room.
There's a couple of them. There's the Amanda's bunker.
Room.
I like big bunkers and I can't not lie.
Wow. So he was being serious. Yeah, well, I mean,
that's
not sure how you answer a question
fabulous.
like that seriously.
I don't think it was serious. I think it was meant to be a joke. Oh, not that one. Sorry. The other one.
We all sort of almost sort of already have HAL in our hands, to be honest. I mean, you can talk to ChatGPT and all those things like HAL pretty well now, if you sort of know what I mean. We're sort of on that cusp as it is, to be honest. Like, seriously. That's only going to get smarter. Is smarter the right word for AI? It's like more interactive, maybe is a better word.
More intelligenter.
And capable.
More intelligenter. So my housemate, he like thanks her in AI when it gives answers, but I won't do that. I won't thank AI. I won't treat it like a human. So there's that. That's kind of funny. People go, "Oh, thank you, AI." No, you don't thank it. It's just a bit of. It's not a human. Anyhow,
as long as it's not sentient.
It's not sentient, yeah. Well, not yet, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, not yet.
Soon enough.
There's a couple of bunkers. There's a GC bunker here. There's the amenities bunker there. There's these electrical bunkers. There's a couple of electrical bunkers. There's the old bunker down the back over there. They've removed a bunker down the back there, a fluids bunker. There's quite a few bunkers here at the launch site. English is hard some days. All right. Let's have a look around the area and see if any other questions pop up. Did we get some photos of the boat? We did. Oh, there we go. Let's look at the boat. The boat's looking more and more like a flat deck this week. It's been very interesting watching the ship come apart. They're almost down to the flight deck all the way forward here now. I wonder if that's the flight deck down there, the same deck as that down there. There's not much more to go. Gee, they had a lot of storage. It seems to be like, everything seems to be cabinets, like everywhere. It's like, it'd be hard to keep track of where you put something, I would imagine, on a ship this size. Oh, there's the exit. That's lucky we got that. That's good. The front's fallen off. There's a nice close-up of the front. There's bulkhead doors. So there's a code, isn't there, on ships? There's codes for where you are around the whole ship. All those weird equipments, something to do with the launch system or something. The catapults, sort of in the right area to be something to do with the catapults, or anchor chain. Oh, maybe that's an anchor chain motor drive or something. Very hard to tell. So many little systems to keep these aircraft carriers up and running. Because, of course, it's not just an aircraft carrier, it's also a city, isn't it? So it's got to support, what, a number of thousand of sailors on an aircraft carrier? I want to say a few thousand sailors on each aircraft carrier.
Yeah, something like that.
Couple thousand, several thousand. Yeah, depends on the carrier.
Small city.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, so I've seen a couple of videos like of the logistics of like the galley and things like that when they're on these bigger boats, these bigger ships, and the amount of quantity of food and that they use is quite remarkable. And heck, some days it's a struggle feeding half a dozen people, let alone a couple of thousand people. Are these stabilizer fins, are they down here? Is that what they are?
They're they may be the shaft supports for the propellers.
Okay.
Possibly, because it had 4 props.
Did these even have stabilizer planes, these aircraft carriers?
On the underbody I saw, looking at this particular boat, I did not see any stabilizers underneath that looked like that. I did see something that hold the shaft, the propeller shaft, though.
Okay, thank you. Cool. Thank you very much. Okay, we're up to 1 hour, 20 minutes. We're doing well so far. Where? Oh, what? Where is that? Oh, that's at the airport. Ah. Wow, I bet you that's an old building. Far out. Look, they've got the fascia here held up by props. I wonder if that's like really old building here and they've just added to it over the years. Looks like it, doesn't it?
Fazilla has a question. They're wondering,
Sure.
where's the new booster barge docked and is it ready yet?
It's over at the Cape at the moment. It just delivered a couple of more tanks. That's currently the Marmac 31 has been delivering tanks to Kennedy because, well, they don't have a booster yet, so they don't need to fully get it ready yet. But they have the barge to transport a booster and a ship. I think it's called You'll Thank Me Later or whatever, or I think it is something like that, right?
Yeah.
But it's not going to be used until they have a booster to put on it, and well, they don't have one right now, so.
Eben Waterman's wondering, anybody have any info on the electric servo-controlled chopsticks?
Other than the fact that they're electric, not really.
Yeah, I don't think we ever found a manufacturer on those. That's just kind of, yeah, we just figured out what they are, not who they're from.
We also want to thank N1 Bug for their $5 donation. And they said, love RGV, proud to be a YouTube and Patreon member. And they'll try to do better about leaving comments. Thanks, N1 Bug. And then there was a question from Doc John. They're wondering, when are they going to tear out that wonky small bunker that's at that weird angle? Wasn't that what the mega bunker was for?
That's my favourite question. I've been calling it the
Not
Stephanie bunker
doing that.
because I hate it so much.
Doesn't seem like they'll be removing it, though, does it?
No.
Well, some additional response to that. There was no underground piping put into the mega bunker. So there's no need. It doesn't appear that that building could serve that purpose.
There's a whole lot of controls circuits and stuff inside that building that control the whole farm.
Yeah, on that angled one, correct, right?
Yes.
But the mega bunker, there's nothing inside of it. It's empty.
There's very little that went into that building, yes.
Yeah, I thought there was a whole bunch of conduit that came in on that front corner there.
Compared to the angled building probably has 30 times the amount of conduit going into it that the mega bunker does.
And let's not forget, there was a little tank buried right next to that, the mega bunker as well, that might be associated with that building.
Yeah, this is definitely an amenities building. They've got sewage. There's toilet block in here. There's probably a kitchen and all that. It may also be a ground. Like there was that along here. There was those storage, buildings along here. That's all been incorporated in this. I don't think that'll ever be any kind of control bunker, correct? I did personally all the way along. I thought this may get moved because it kind of seemed like they hadn't run a lot of stuff into it compared to how many conduits are there. But for now, it seems like it's going to stay.
They put new bollards up so nobody would hit it, so it's protected now.
Yeah, something like that. For the longest time, even this corner looked like it was still very temporary, but they've fixed that up now as well. So, unfortunately, in my eyes, especially, I think it's there to stay for now. In the future, I don't know. Maybe they'll upgrade this. I don't know. What do you call it? Leave well enough alone. So I guess it's going to stay. This was from the 28th of March, this photo.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's what I said.
We also wanted to thank the Real Levi is Big Red for their $5 donation. And he says, keep flying for us. Thanks for the views. And then Fazilla has another question. Back to Ryan's point about leg landing. Not noticed any of the site plans have big empty spaces for a landing zone. Guess we'll have to wait another 5 years for it to be an issue?
It's going to be a while before you have crew flying on this thing from liftoff. A very long time. The only crew that's really going to get aboard a Starship over the next couple of years is going to be with Orion docked to HLS.
Or Optimi.
We did happen to get, just going back to the electric linear actuator, we did get a nice shot of what appears to be electric motors in, that even looks like the 3 phases for it, of the covers being taken off. And we're doing, and they've degraded the hydraulics significantly. So there's a lot of indicators that tell us that it is electric. Where's that other shot? Yeah, this shot here, we can see these massive big hydraulic lines have been degraded down to this smaller pipe here. And there's another main hydraulic line missing from here that went to the old hydraulic actuators. And there's more electrics being added into here. So I'd say they've changed this these boxes to add a fifth control box, which I'm assuming is the control box for these, because this isn't three-phase input. This is two lots of, like 4 separate three-phase circuits in those two, and then control circuits in this one to run each motor, which is controlled back at those control boxes. And that's one very accurate and huge. I've looked online. I haven't found anything anywhere near the size of these things being manufactured. I think these are like one-offs. Or maybe, now there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 offs for now at least, for the towers that we know of so far.
I'd love to know the power requirements for one of those.
Per motor wouldn't be a great deal. I mean, there's 4 shoved into that, so it's not per motor, not so much. But yeah, add it all up together for sure. Yes,
right,
would be a decent size draw. Oh, this photo. So some of this is new cabling. So one of these may be single, massive 3-phase, and then they drop it down to the 8 different circuits in here, and then go onto the actuators themselves. Because you can't break down the smaller circuits in the actual actuator, because they need a circuit breaker board to break down large 3-phase down a small 3-phase. You need circuit breakers. So that would be done back at those control boxes.
You need to start the motor in delta, then get it spun up, and then you throw it in at the star, don't you? Not?
Yeah, except the other way around. You always start in star delta. Star, the windings are in series, and delta they're in parallel. So, well, basically, it's not really parallel. It's kind of parallel, but it's kind of not. It's kind of series, but it kind of isn't, because it's 3-phase. There's 180 degrees.
And then it really spins up, doesn't it?
They may just be frequency control. There's not many things are star delta these days, Martin. A lot of things are just straight out frequency. What do you call it? Frequency drives, variable frequency drives, yeah, rather than star delta these days.
Yeah, I've worked with big cabinets that look like lockers that are full of electrics,
Okay, so that's awesome. Any questions? Yeah, we appreciate those few comments saying that you're going to add a few comments to our streams. That's awesome. Really appreciate that, and I appreciate you understand the importance of that for the channel. So, and we appreciate the positive feedback we're getting in the chats here, because sometimes we get the odd idiot, passing stupid comments in the chats, and we delete them. And sometimes it gets a bit, to the people who are behind the scene, like Matt and myself, and a few people are behind the channel, and we're deleting all these. Not many, but quite a few silly comments. People are. It seems to be the loud few are the ones with negative comments, and I find this in the hospitality industry too. When I was working in the hospitality industry, you rarely get positive feedback. Not because you're not being good at your job. It's just that people who are satisfied don't tend to say anything. It's only usually the loud few that you get negative feedback. So I appreciate all the feedback. And I know we get a lot of positive feedback in our live streams with people like yourselves. They're saying love the shows and that, with the donations and that. So we know the majority of our viewers are very supportive and positive in their with what they're getting. They're really happy with what they're getting out of this channel. So keep up the good positive comments, and love will win out in the end. Always does. Brown lot. Personally, I'm just over the moon with the support I'm getting just personally as well. But that's as far as the channel goes. Yeah, we overwhelmingly we've got a positive. I think our audience is in a positive frame of mind as to what they're getting. It used to worry me, the negative comments. It doesn't worry me anymore. It's just noise. Just water up a duck's back. Indy's been one of the real helpers for me in that regard. She's been a real pillar of strength for me over the years to keep me going and to stop worrying about silly comments.
Indy is awesome, that's for sure.
I pay these two to say these comments, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm still waiting on my payment this month, so get on it.
It's in the mail, my friend. It's in the mail. It's coming.
Who does mail anymore?
I do.
heard of
Come on,
Venmo.
Come on, PayPal, Venmo. Let's make it happen.
Mail? Old people still use mail. Oh, oops.
Yes, that's right. I am an old person.
Well,
Welcome to my life.
Them's fighting words.
I was waiting for you to bash me or make a joke at me, not to resign to it.
I wasn't resigning to anything. I freely admit I'm an old person. I'll wave my cane at you if you come closer.
A couple cool things we can see.
Or is it the old thing of you've got mail?
A couple cool things we can see in these area shots is they are working on the extension to Highway 4 there, all the way down in this area. And then, you got the BZI cladding stuff going on for the Gigabay there. So you can see all the work. Here. Oh, yeah, and further down, too, even. All by the brown lot and all that. You can see them all the way down there. A little bit farther. Yeah, see, there's a bunch more.
Oh, wow. Cool. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah. Another thing we don't talk too much about is if anybody's looking for a semi-cheap place to hang out and they want to be in Brownsville for like a month or more, there is a RV park right there, actually. And they only charge like $300 to $350 a month. So, I mean, you're talking $10 a day if you want to hang out for a while. So it's pretty darn cheap.
You got an RV I can borrow? I'm there.
Right? Yeah, they've got like manufactured in the front, but they have RV spots in the back. So, yeah.
Cabins are decent sized cabins, really.
Mm-hmm.
Fully catered to all your needs. Well, maybe not your needs, but yeah, they're fully catered.
You can see them putting in a bunch of park model homes too. Some of those newer small ones up there.
Looks like some have been here for a while. That one looks like it's been here for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Brownsville's quite an old place, isn't it? It really goes but right back, doesn't it?
It goes back to the Civil War, did I not tell you?
He actually does bring up a good point.
All right, so I'll keep forgetting that that's actually Highway 4 right there. Oh, that's the end of the wall, isn't it? So I don't mean to be political or anything, but that's the end of the wall, yeah. So you just got to literally walk around. Anyway, there's Mexico over there, and there's US Survey there. USS Survey. Cool. Oh, thanks. I didn't actually notice that road work. Thanks, Matt.
Yippers.
Do you call Maddie, do you, as well? Or don't like that?
Oh, I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Just don't call me late for dinner, yeah?
Yeah.
No, just don't call me Shirley.
Oh, so this is the other lot with actual steel for the Gigabay, I guess. Oh, there's a bridge rail. Look at it.
And funny enough, there is some steel over in the brown lot now, too.
Oh, you're going to get your shit after all, are you?
see down there right at the very bottom. Nope, right at the very... Nope, keep going back out. Nope, now to the right. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here as well, too. Oh,
yeah, there's a little angled piece on the top of that one. It isn't that... Those are the bridge crane ones where they land, isn't it? I think BJ was saying.
I don't know, too many bits of steel to keep track of.
Yeah.
It's okay for someone like, BJ, someone to take interest in, although BJ's amazing, he keeps track of everything as well. It's hard to keep track of everything, including individual spaces, like sometimes some of us have to do. But BJ's pretty good at it. I like BJ. What's going on in chat there, Indy?
We want to thank Nodi for their $10 Australian donation, and they said Starbase Xpanded is my favorite stream of the week. Thank you all for spending the time to produce such excellent content. Don't let the mean people get you down.
The beatards.
There you go.
So a comment by Todd, you should really announce to ask folks to play your uploads in the background. That's by far the biggest non-pay contribution there is. That's in the main algorithm driver to push the channel. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks. Todd in Cabo. Where's Cabo?
Mexico.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, very good.
And we just got another £20 donation from Martin. Thank you, Martin. That brings his total to 48 just on this stream. Thank you so much.
Crushing it.
Thanks, Martin. Really appreciate your generosity and your positive feedbacks. Thank you. And your jokes some days. Some days I don't take your jokes well, but it's only because I'm having a bad day. Your jokes are fine. I like your jokes. It's all good. Keep it up, buddy. It's all good. All right, we looked at the boat before. Those tanks are still there. I'm sort of, what have we got? We got 2 hours yet? Oh, nearly 25 minutes to go. I think Webb has fallen asleep.
I'm in the process of talking to some people and things. That's all. That's all it is.
That's all good.
I'm doing things off to the side. That's why I haven't talked a lot.
It's fine. I'm only kidding. I'm happy any minute we get to spend with you. It's a good time. Thank you, Ryan. So, whatever.
Yeah, over here they're starting to make some serious progress on that newest train, as well as that third Flame Stadium.
A bit further over, hang on, I'll get to there in a sec. Okay, 1, 2, here's 3. Here's this third one.
Well, the Flame Stadium would be just above this one on the other side, on the right. Yeah, yep, in that area. And then the other train that I'm talking about is actually a bit further west.
That'll be in here.
Yeah, and the next lot over. They've really started getting some buildings are starting. Some of the bigger pieces are starting to be laid down. You can see it from one of the more, if you go over probably like 4 or 5. Yeah, there you go. That's the one I was talking about.
Okay, yep. Yep, so they are, yep. I wonder if that's probably gas in. Because where's the main compressors are sort of here and here. The main compressors. If we look at another one of the trains. The main compressor. I think the main compressor chains are in these buildings. This building here, and that building over there. Then it goes through, this pipe, then it goes along this pipe and down through that pipe and over through this pipe and then along this pipe and then goes through that pipe over there and then down this pipe and over there and down that pipe and through this thing, then
exactly.
that thing.
Totally. 100%. Nothing wrong right there.
3 hours later, and then this pipe and this pipe here.
5 hours later.
Before it goes into this pipe, it goes into that pipe, and then goes into this pipe. Come on, get it right. It's not.
It goes into this
that's right.
tank, and then goes into this tank and out that outlet into that vent, but then back into this pipe. Don't ask the question out, and then back in that tank. Yeah.
Very, very good.
Follow you. We good? You good? Everyone got it? Okay, good, awesome.
I'm glad we cleared that
Maybe
up.
a test on Friday.
I'll just stop laughing. That was funny. Cool. Steph done a funny. So we're forming some Oh, look, they're actually pouring some of these too. Oh, here we go. Look at that. They poured some of these feet for whatever's going on top.
Which government are you working for there?
So what?
I said, which government are you working for there?
Ah, never you mind. That's
government.
secret. That's secret squirrel stuff.
It's the secret government. It's the cabal behind closed doors. Yeah.
The cabal.
Oh, the
So
squirrel.
funny.
The squirrel ball. I'm with you. Yeah.
It's Shield. It's Shield. You know.
She's an
Agents of
agent of
S.H.I.E.L.D.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Strategic Homeland Intervention and Enforcement and Logistics Division. Yeah.
Oh no! Don't say Homeland. I don't like Homelanders.
It's not exactly
Well,
Homeland. It's Shield. You know.
well done on the acronym there, right? Well done. I'll give you a
Run
point
by
for
Nick
that.
Fury. You know, Captain America. Yeah.
Have you seen the show called The Boys about the superheroes?
Yes. So what?
Mhm.
Are you Vought? That's bad.
That is so funny. Wrong. It's so wrong, but it's so funny. It's like really, really wrong, but it's funny as funny as.
Go that far, but yeah, go on. You go with it.
Against Homelander, I'll call Cars or else she'll kill him. Yeah. She'll win that fight. 100%.
The Boys.
Or
It's on
Doom
it's on
Guy.
Netflix.
Doom Guy would win that fight. Yeah. For anyone who's seen Doom or played Doom, I should say.
How have none
Oh,
of us played Doom? Most of them must have played Doom at some point. Seriously.
Yeah.
The last time I played Doom, I think it was still 8-bit.
High school?
That was a while
Yeah,
ago.
seriously.
So that's the powertrain, or whatever the electrical circuits running around. Geez. Some high voltage cables there going into here and distributed out along here. They didn't just dig a trench; they dug a plateau, inverse plateau. It's a big trench into these local transformers and into the trains. This thing's going to use a lot of electricity.
You can download an emulator and it'll let you play games like that. It's really cool.
Alrighty. How's that, Naughty? Really, yeah, that's nice, Naughty. Thanks. It's always nice getting good positive feedback. I get a few DMs from time to time too. People say the nicest things. So yeah, thank you all. Okay, so there's the blimp. You're a blimp. Over on South Padre Isle, and the dredge. What? Great Lakes? Isn't that up near Canada? Isn't that what? It's a long way from home.
They do a lot of dredging in those lakes.
Do they?
Yeah. Around the canals and other places. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They've got full-on shipyards up there I mean, they're probably not as big as the ones you see on the main coastal stuff, but they've got big shipyards in there. The Great Lakes are a huge transportation network.
Okay, I did not
like
realize that.
a good chunk of Canada and some of the northern states of the U.S. would have some very massive economic problems if the Great Lakes didn't exist. If they just vanished. Yeah.
And there's a couple of bridges they're putting in too, isn't it, to help with that? Now, is this... Oh, that's over that side again. You can tell by the power lines. So that's probably the main gas line, yeah, coming in. For the liquefaction plant. Little army of cranes, little minions. Yeah, I'd say that's the main gas line coming in to the joint. So this must be on, oh no, this is on the way out. This is out the driver's seat up the left-hand side of the airplane. We're going that way.
Yeah, that's Highway 48 going to where the gas liquefaction plant is.
Yeah, the power pole's good away for me. Okay, let's have a quick look around. Have we got Ad Astra in a few places this week?
Barely.
There's the Outpost, the Rocket Ranch and all that area, and what have you.
Yeah, Event Dudes verified that one of the lots inside Rio West has now been bought and transferred over. So that was one of the ones that I had pointed out last week that was being cleared. So we know that for a fact.
Over here?
No, at Rio West. Not on.
Oh, sorry, Rio West.
Is that the new area or is that the current area?
In that area, in the current area. It's just like 3 lots to the right of Chompy's. So we can't really see it here.
But, over there.
But yeah, during last week's flyover, you could see it, and it had already been cleared and flattened and everything. So, yep, new house soon. Yep, the one to the right. Nope, to the right. That one. That one is officially SpaceX's now.
Okay. Oh, okay. We've got another Zen garden here. We didn't notice that before. Looks like it. So there's these couple of lots. This lot. There's maybe a couple of lots through here. They're still to get. Yeah. What about this great big lot at either end?
That's not owned. That's owned by the government still.
That Zen garden looked more like somebody threw bleach about, to be fair.
Maybe that's how they designed it, Martin. Just a bit of, random splotch design. Is that how you do it, isn't it? Feel a kid, just throw a bit of bleach at something and that's how you design something new.
Like you said, a Zen garden or a relaxing area with broken up. It's not rectilinear like the houses. It's a 3-form, and it breaks the straightness of everything else, right?
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Yep, one of the last spots to get its landscaping finished up.
So that's almost like a psychological thing. Is that something you take into account with architecture a little bit, do you? The actual effect designs have on people's general lives? Is that something you'd study as well?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you start with the individual because that's who the building's being built for, an individual or a group of individuals. And then you look and analyze the site that you're going to put it. And then you look at all the environmental issues that impact the site, where all the views are. And then because you want the people to have, maximum views and things like that. And so, yeah, it's an architect's is the conductor of the orchestra. And you look at everything from the psychological aspects of the space all the way through the structure and the technical details. That's what architecture is about.
Nice. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate that input. That's really cool. It must be a very enjoyable job most of the time. I imagine there's some days that are a bit iffy, but I imagine that sounds really cool to be sort of going to that sort of depth about everything.
Yeah, if you look at that lot up top, the one that has that little baby RV on it, nope, to the left, yep, that one is still privately owned. But it did get cleared over I think 3 to 4 weeks ago. There was an old shed and like an old building and an older mobile home kind of deal that was on it. So it's been cleared up and cleaned up, but has not changed hands yet officially.
Cool. So I'm wondering how much this is actual beneficial, or whether it's kind of, is it got token value, or has it actually got some actual real value for the real people, in sort of being sort of its
Walkways.
size compared to what's around it?
You just kind of walkways to get back and forth and around.
I mean, the thing to consider about Brownsville in the summertime, it's 102, right? And in the winter, it's 80 degrees. But you get out in the sun down there and you bake. You fight for finding a piece of shade. And doesn't look like there's going to be any shade there, and a couple of trees ain't going to give you enough relief.
Yeah. All right, I know all about sun. Living down here in Australia, we definitely know about that. Cool. Thanks for your input, Phil. I appreciate all that.
Oh, and there were mosquitoes.
Yes.
A mosquito, yeah, especially with water nearby, yeah.
And if
Here we
you
get
scroll
plenty of
back to the
mosquitoes
ground
too.
shots, sorry for the rec
Oh, yeah.
center from this week. I know in show and tell we were kind of talking about those boards going across the front of the rec center over the windows, and people were thinking like maybe those are metal. Well, they are not. You can, when you scroll in close enough, you can see a bunch of knots and stuff in the wood. Like if you go to the right a little bit, like there's a whole section of knots sticking out there. And then when you go around the side to the right side of the building, it's hard to see in that picture, but in the other picture, there you go. You can see a whole bunch of knots on one. Yep. So they're wood.
That's, in my opinion, a thing an architect would design that. That's going to look like crap in about 5 years. And
Yep.
so if you did it in metal, you're much better off, because that stuff's going to warp and crack and check. And, ultimately it's going to look like crap. It'll look great for a couple of years and then deteriorate.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
I'm
bad
honestly
architecture, in my
surprised.
opinion.
I'm honestly surprised they wouldn't make them out of metal or something, but hey.
Because you get metal that looks exactly like wood nowadays that you wouldn't be able to tell the difference until you touch it.
Right, or like decking boards and stuff like that. You'd think.
And maybe that is metal. It just looks like wood.
They did a real good job then.
Yeah, putting holes in it and notches and stuff.
There's even some recycled plastic products too, isn't there, Phil?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, plastic products down here in this heat are probably not the best either, because they get a lot of movement out of, in them.
A lot of malleability.
Yeah.
Go indie with the words. Go you. Alrighty, so yeah, well, these are a nice shot. Yeah, we've got the these have the thumbs up, the tick of approval from our resident architecture as well. They're a nice design, apparently. So nice to see they've made nice designs. They've installed lots of plants around here. I'm going to keep that. That's my saying for now on. Dan, I'm going to keep saying that. Freestanding glass. It's pretty expensive. Some of the fencing we didn't even have these tie-ins. They're just freestanding glass around pool fences. Because pool fences, one of the requirements of pool fences, they're not allowed to be able to be climbed, so you can't have any horizontal rungs. That's why you see pool fences are all only vertical bars, although kids do tend to learn to climb them too, but they're not supposed to be able to be climbed over. Like that probably wouldn't pass as a pool fence because you can climb up and get over the fence.
Those sure look like water spigots up there. Look to the right.
Over here. Yeah.
There's one on each one, maybe.
We need something to hose down the deck. Yeah, there's one on each one, yeah.
Pool party. What?
You got to fill the hot tub somehow.
Yeah.
Jacuzzi. That would make a good spot for a jacuzzi with a shade sail up over the top. That'd be nice.
You just got to make sure the house was built to handle the water weight on top there. That's all.
Yes.
What could possibly go wrong?
Right. Okay, moving around. Oh no, they're still here. I thought these had gone missing. They're still here, still waiting for a booster to transport or a ship. Waiting. So even that, every time we see equipment, we think, oh, it'll be another month, and we'll see a ship or a booster get transported. That's gonna push out to 6 months or more before we see a booster get transported or anything like that. It may be even longer than that. People need to chill out and relax a bit and be patient a bit more, I think.
Patience is not what we excel at. We also want to thank Martin for his £4 donation. The last he did it in 2 different donations. And the second donation, he said, "Pool party where?" And then I have a question. At Sanchez, those big black things that we didn't know exactly what they were for. Do we still see them at Sanchez? I don't think I've seen them for like a couple of weeks, or at least a week. You know what I'm talking about? The things that.
Are you referring to the trusses?
I believe so.
I just posted an update, my updated renders for the transport stuff. If you want to look at them, I'll post them in the Patreon.
Thanks, Steph.
Those
and
things.
thanks, Kiwi. Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, this one's painted black now, and this one's grey now. This was a few weeks ago already. Yeah, no, we're still, well, I guess it could be something to do with the breakover now, I guess. I'm still not sure.
Well, there's a key there. Something's going to be added on either end because they didn't paint the ends, right?
Yeah, and I think also these plates here suggest that there's going to be something added. See, these plates end on a beam here, and these plates seem to overhang. So there's likely to be a beam somehow in here as well. So maybe another beam, bit of steel down under here.
Yeah, that's a possibility for sure.
Wasn't there parts for another one too, or another 2?
Oh, there's definitely steel around, yep. Let me see, a better shot this one, I think. Actually, one from the other side, but yeah, I think so. Is that burn plate still? Oh, burn plates?
With the plugs, yeah, probably. Looks like it.
I'm not sure now, Kiwi, about more parts, but there's definitely more steel, similar sort of steel laying around. Oh, this one here almost shows the where they're going to mount that actual grid fin motor in, and the spigot back here too, which I don't think that spigot's going to be accessible. I think they're just going to like the input shaft, the gearbox that goes into the flywheel. You don't actually, it just gets put into the spigot. You don't actually access it and do anything with it. It just gets pushed in. 2 angles and 1 vertical spigot bush.
Yeah, I want to know if an actual grid fin sits in there. It just looks kind of small. Or if whether they use a placeholder in place of the grid fin itself.
Ashley. Oh, yeah. And is this that, that's the thing, that's the big thing we see already built, yeah, the purple thing. Oh, yeah, that could work, yep. Maybe that goes on the downcomer somewhere a bit more stronger, or maybe there. That's look, your drawings are awesome. I love your drawings.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. It could be a lot stronger.
Oh, this bit, I see. This is a good. Yeah, I see you now. Yep. Oh, the grey bit. So, where was the grey bit?
I don't know where that goes. It doesn't look like it. It really fits anywhere at the moment to me.
Could the breakover something as simple as they roll the booster, they have booster in the Mega Bay, lift it up, drop the first one with the pink piece on it underneath it, line it up. As that backs out, they lower it down as it catches the yellow one will catch it once it's on the ground, and it just drives out.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and do it as simple as possible.
Yeah.
Forward saddle, yeah. Cradle, yeah. So we think there's been some additions to the cradle this week. And yeah, pivot tables, yeah. Geez, you did well, these. These renders look awesome. What's that, mate? What's Marmax 308?
Be sure to give them a follow, guys, over on X.
I think that's just the name of the barge. The actual.
Of course. Yep.
Like a serial number for the barge, not its actual name.
Oh, I see what's going on here. Just sorry. My
like the model.
This is the barge.
The barge.
The barge. Yeah. Chrome Kiwi over on X. Ashley Killip. Okay, and give him a follow.
Chrome Kiwi is in chat if you want to talk to him.
He was
got a
just
few
talking.
followers. I see you're doing pretty well, actually. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of amazing renders over the years. Oh, what's going on here? What's wrong with the timeline? Have I done it backwards or something? This is from 2024.
That's just X, I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, those are from ages ago.
Yeah. That's not actually my X account. That's just, what do you call it? The online one. Okay, we got the school. Okay, I've got the place to hoist your flag. Every school's got to have its flag, doesn't it? Australia's much the same. Every school in Australia pretty well has a flag. We have assembly, have a quadrangle. You just do that in America. We have an assembly once a week. All the kids get in the front of the principal and have a little chat for half an hour.
Assemblies for my school was like a special big deal. We didn't do them weekly or monthly. It was every once in a while, maybe a game, but like elementary school, they were rare. We did not do them that often.
In all the schools I was in, it was all very religious. It was all very Christian, as a word I will use, because we were brought up as Christians. But now, you know.
All right, cool. Moving on. So, that's, yes. So, Ad Astra's looking nice. Geez, are they actually starting over here? Are they too, perhaps, rather than just being a storage lot, or not?
Oh, they've actually cleaned it up from our pictures this week. You can actually see over there that nearly everything's been cleared out of there, and me and Todd, I know, we are of the idea that there's going to be where the kids are going to play, like some fields and stuff like that.
Yep. Okay, yep. There is a walkway going out.
From the pictures this week, it's practically fully cleared out over there.
And they have security fence all the way around, see. They do that, they've done that in the last sort of 10 years in Australia, put security fencings around all the schools. I guess they do that in America too, probably even more so.
Yeah, it's a big thing in America, especially with all the, pew-pews and stuff.
You wouldn't think you need it out here, but anyway, yeah, I guess, these days you've got to be careful, don't you? This has a security fence around it too. Is that a security fence? Oh, no, there's lighting. Oh, so you're going to put that one that way, are they? Is that what's going on?
Right. Yeah, it's been sitting there for a few weeks like that. I don't think we got a picture of that area this week, but as of the last 3 weeks before that, it's just been chilling there.
Oh, this isn't this week. Sorry, I'm not on the right week. Damn it.
Nope.
That'd be right. All right, let's try again. Here I am thinking, oh, look, they've done this and they've done that. So let's see. We didn't get, we didn't quite get Ad Astra yet. We haven't got there yet. Well, where are we here? Highway 4 into Mexico. Oh, is that where Rocket Ranch is out here somewhere? Is that elbow? Is that Rocket Ranch over there, perhaps?
I believe that's where it is. Yes, that is that corner, yes.
It's a flash one, eh? Nice big old ranch house. Oh no, I talk like an American then. Hush. Okay, so here, okay, this week they've cleared heaps of stuff away. That's what you mean, yep.
Yep. Looks like they also finally did the coating on the roof.
Cool.
Coating or
Oh, they got their
insulation,
flags.
whatever they did.
They got their flags up this week. Texas and America.
Yeah, and in that first picture too, you can see where they that Mars Embassy place is going in to the right there. Boop. Yep.
Ah, cool. So in the foreground here, in this forward block, or are they calling this school Mars Embassy?
No, it's a private lot in front of the school, and we're not exactly sure what's going to be going on there. Apparently it was some artist, and he put up some AI pictures about putting up that sign and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm hoping it's not going to be like an eyesore in front of the school kind of thing.
I can see an aileron. Okay, looking at Highway 4. Where are we?
Is that within the town proper? City proper, that lot?
Oh, the Starbase City.
Yes, that lot where they're going to put the Mars Embassy thing, is that in the city property boundary?
Is the school in the city boundary? Because if the school is, then it probably is. It's right across the way.
Right.
They should be able to zone it and control what goes in there.
I don't know if it's part of Starbase all the way out there or not. Event dudes, we need you.
He said yes. He's in chat.
Okay.
Just saying, Zada, yeah, my ex account's very much the same. If anybody posts anything political, I get rid of them. So I don't follow Elon Musk. I've actually hidden Elon Musk, but everything in here is all to do with all the creators and the photographers. And it's 90%, 99% Starbase actually, but yeah, everything's just to do with rockets. It's good how you can do that with. That's one thing I like about X. It's very easy to do that. Other social media platforms, it's nearly impossible to do that with. So I like my X account for that reason alone. That there's a nice Falcon 9 bit of footage. It's all about rockets and Starbase and so on. Holy moly, that's a big rocket to be vertically erecting.
We got a couple of more donations, and we have reached our goal for donations. The first one is from DMHMT, who donated $1.99, and she says, to reach the goal, love what I learned here. And then 676767 donated $10 and says RGV rocks. And then Sebastian has a question. Are there any plans for a big supermarket like Walmart and Starbase?
Well, I know there was a thought and an idea for a smaller one over in Rio West, but otherwise, not really sure.
There's a Walmart about 8 or 9 miles. Yeah, there's one about 8 or 9 miles away. I can't see them building one here.
Oh yeah, if it's that close, then that would be pointless.
Isn't there some kind of supermarket going here in the front corner?
That was the plan originally. We just don't know if it's still going to be happening or not.
DMHMT, yeah, you gave me a nice DM about our little talk about the Raptor engine. I think it was on the show and tell. And yeah, I was not describing things completely accurately to only really give the very basics, but yeah, I appreciate all the feedback. So supermarket. Yeah, you'd think there'd be something out here at some stage. Oh, there's Massey's, I see. So that's a good shot. These big. So Massey's is still. Where is it in the next photo here? Massey's is over there. Oh, so that's Massey's way there. That's the road to Massey's. And over yonder, we may just be able to see. No, not quite. That other road that goes across to that new lot. No, I can't quite see it.
Event Dudes points out that the store would be in the Rio West Gate.
Right. That's what we were talking about. That little corner lot there.
And the Walmart, as long as you stay on Highway 4 and head into Brownsville, you'll run into Walmart.
Geez, you saw was hazy that day. Geez, we did well to get the photographs we did. I was kind of like skeptical about even flying, but now, once again, as always, after the fact, I'm really glad we took the chance, and we did manage to get some really nice photos still. So we're looking towards. Hang on, which way are we looking towards?
We're looking
towards
contractor
Starbase
lot and the school and everything right there.
So Starbase is that the Gulf? That's the Gulf out there, yeah.
Yep.
If that's the Rio Grande and Mexico is that side, yeah, we must be looking east. Yeah, so Ad Astra is saying, yeah, I can see Ad Astra. And some of the roadwork here and there, just bits and pieces of it going ahead. Oh, and that's the contractor's lot. Old Ad Astra, I guess, should be. Is that Old Ad Astra? I thought it was on the opposite side of the road.
Yeah, like Event. We just barely missed the cloud hole by the time. Go ahead.
Old Astra is on the beach here, right in this picture.
Yep, to the left.
Oh, here. Gotcha. Yep. That's the old what do you call it? Control. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks. Yep. Oh, so that's something different. Oh, is that the storage lot? Is it?
Yep.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yep. Oh, and that's Rio West. Gotcha. Yep. Thanks. Yep. Oh, and the outpost and that. Yep. Now I'm seeing it. That's a small spit. That's still Highway 4, isn't it? That's still Highway 4 through there, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeez, it's amazing. There's a tiny little bit of dirt there, earth there left for the road. Cool.
Sanchez is just down the street from that to the left.
Ah, yeah. Oh, there we can actually see Sanchez. That's spit over there.
That's the piece that gets flooded sometimes, where you can't get through, or there's water on the road because of that. It's so narrow there.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it really goes to show what it's actually like. Yeah. Yeah, there's Sanchez and the build site. Yeah, cool. Also, that's a really good photo. I mean, apart from the haze, but still, it's a really good photo. There's some of the expansion going ahead. That's good to see. It's going to take a while, I imagine. Looks like they're even actually already doing some of the. This is just road widening rather than duplicating, isn't it, for now? There's like two projects going on. There's road widening, then later on there's going to be road duplicating, I think. Very good. There's that other steel storage spot. And yeah, more of the roadworks.
Yeah, that one's looking emptier and emptier by the week, that storage lot.
Yeah, I guess. Well, there's still a fair bit of steel to go, I must say. Oh, that's a decent strip already going ahead. Oh, look, these are going right ahead with the road widening. That's going to make a bit of difference. I hear the traffic's kind of a bit ordinary going down there. Another shot of a big shot of Mexico. Mexico. Whatever you want to say it in Mexican. I don't know how to speak Mexican.
Spanish?
Spanish, yeah. I know Spanish, yeah.
They get offended over that.
I'm sorry, Mexicans, you Spanish-speaking people. You lovely Spanish-speaking people. There's the shack. That's the shack. Boy, she's seen better days. I love old buildings like that. I've seen them around Australia all over the place. I love seeing old buildings out and old farms and that. It's pretty cool. Heap of earth-moving equipment. Gee, they're really going ahead with that roadworks. Okay, how we going? Look out, we've done our 2 hours. There you go. That surprised me. So yeah, I'm going to start thanking people, and especially everyone sitting there, 150 obbies listening to me babble on for 2 hours. Appreciate it, and looking at all these lovely photos. So thank RGV Aerial Photography first and foremost for getting out there each week and pushing the boundaries a bit and getting photos in all sorts of weather and wind conditions, and which we can't do without the huge support we're getting from like these live streams. Like today, meeting the goal today, that's just fantastic. I can't thank you enough for that. That's just super, super, super awesome that we did that today. So yeah, yous are amazing. We really appreciate it. I wouldn't be able to do these things. Mauricio wouldn't be able to do these things if it wasn't for yourselves. And of course, we can't forget our very loyal Patreon members all here in Discord over here. That's amazing. You all continue to support us through Discord, because that's also a very awesome way to support us, and we really appreciate the Discord, the people in Discord and Patreon, which their reward is they get to join these conversations and ask questions and have their bit of input. So that's awesome. We get to do that. Discord's a really nice platform for all this to happen. Well, thank Indy heaps today. Thank you, Indy, so much for being on stream. I really like having you back on the streams. It's good stuff.
Thank you for having me. It's always fun to be here and always fun to help out. And I love interacting with chat.
Yeah, chat seems to really love interacting with you too. I've noticed that ever since I've been first involved with this. I always noticed that you've had a really good relationship with chat for the longest of time. It's always nice to see.
They're good people.
Yeah,
I enjoy them a lot.
Oh, they are. They're the most wonderful people we have in our live streams. They are, exactly. Yep. From all over the world and from all walks of life and all different life experiences, all different trades. It's really what makes the community. The amount of differences we have in all the different people makes that community a really nice place to hang out. And even though we're all different, we're all very much more alike than we are different. So just keep that in mind when you're out there amongst people and interacting with people that you might not agree with. Just remember, we're all very much more alike than we are different. So be nice to everybody. And I might leave it now to Matt to finish up. I'm going to say I'm Stephanie B, and this has been the show for today. And thank you very much for listening. And thanks, Brian, too, of course. Ryan Weber, of course. Thanks for joining us. Oh, he's muted, so we'll just thank Ryan. And we'll move on. So I'll let Matt finish up the show. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, and a big thanks to Todd also, of course, for being with us.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me. You guys have a great night.
Sorry.
Absolutely. And I do want to mirror the exact same sentiments. We really appreciate everybody in the chat and all the Patreon members and everybody on Discord and everything. It's a lot of fun. It's a great community to be a part of. And if you guys are so inclined, we would love to have any of you who aren't already part of the community. So, yeah, that'll be the show for today. We do have a flyover scheduled, and it is a little bit earlier than usual. It's going to be Friday at 2 p.m. So we will be doing that, and then our weekly, instead of being on Sunday, will be on Saturday. So that'll be nice for some of us. We get a free Sunday to go out and do stuff, so yay.
Don't forget to comment.
What's that?
Don't forget to comment, everybody.
Absolutely, yes. Please hit that like button. Please leave a comment once the stream is over. We really, really appreciate that. And yeah, with that, love, peace, and chopstick rail grease.